Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much again for joining me here. I hope you're having a great day. Let's take another look here at AVAX, see what's going on. Not looking pretty. Being under that $50 mark, as I mentioned previously, is very disadvantageous. Obviously, it's easy to say now. Bitcoin's dumping or had dumped recently. AVAX did with it. So I'm not telling you this coin's going to go to zero, but I am saying that generally speaking, being below that level is just not a great sign. And same thing, inverse applies as well for like that $53, $54 range. Closing above that, likely to see the further upside too. So this could go either way, but for right now, we got to presume with the price action being kind of where it's at, it'll continue lower just based on the simple fact that we lost a support level. Okay, but we'll double check a few things too, not just make an assumption based on that one thing, right? We want to look at everything if we can. So before we get started, hit the like button, folks. Deeply appreciate that. Link down below if you want to become part of our Trading Academy community or Signals group, and then obviously make sure you check out Bitunix too, folks. These guys are phenomenal. $12,000 deposit bonus, excellent stuff. Okay, so take a look here at heat map for the last 7 days for AVAX. We can see $46 to about $48, that heavier concentration here. This is where people feel comfortable based on $50 being a previous support level. What I mean by that is these are probably previous longs, of course, that are either low to medium leverage. Okay, and they have potential getting swept here because they felt confident $50 is going to hold. So far, it hasn't, and now those are potentially up for grabs. So market makers can see that, and they'll probably just continue to set limit orders on the way down to push the price action lower. We take a look here, though, from the macro perspective, we're much closer to $46 to $48. That is a very heavy concentration. If I add that up loosely, 1 to 1.5 billion, somewhere in that range, maybe even more. So again, just know that AVAX has a lot more potential to go a little bit lower before it recovers or finds its bottom. And again, a lot of that's just based on liquidation alone. We're going to look at the charts obviously here next and see, but for now, most people are shorting this coin. It makes perfect sense. And we take a look at open interest here. People are pretty heavy at $53, $52, and $51. And what do you know? Some late longs at 50. Those are currently underwater. Okay, so again, that's just kind of the general consensus here. People are kind of heavy on every even number there, essentially 50, 51, 52, and so on. But we can see our local point of control at 51.50. Being below that is not great. Hypothetically, price comes back up here to recover. It tests its descending trend line, or ascending trend line rather. It would bearishly backtest and potentially pull down further. So just know that's what you want to look out for in regards to a short if you're considering one. If we take a look at the daily, we recognize here that we are getting closer to a fair value gap. That fair value gap is as low as $46. What do you know? 46 to 48 up for grabs here, as you can see reflected on the liquidation here. Okay, so again, right there, 46 to 48, probably a likely next target for AVAX here. Again, depending on what happens with Bitcoin, if it stabilizes at 98K, we're good, but there's definitely some cracks in the glass here, and just breaking below this trend line is not great. Okay, so if you can kind of see that, we have basically this bullish type of rectangle pattern. Price action could not perform or close above that level, and in a sense, instead has since pulled back. Okay, we got a nice little test there yesterday evening, but that was a last minute fake out for a lot of people. Either way, daily time frame still looks pretty decent, even though RSI is tapering off. Money flow index is still higher. It's usually a positive sign. MACD and stochastic are swinging down. We got a MACD divergence here on the daily that hasn't fully diverged, but it's on the edge. And with us losing this pretty important trend line, I'm not really liking what I'm seeing here. We're under the 20 in the 50-day SMA. That is not a good sign. We can see we're under 50 on the RSI, of course, pretty substantially with money flow index below it. It implies the last 2 or 3 trading days we've seen more selling pressure than buying pressure. Same thing here with the MACD is diverging too. A lot of reasons why taking a long position right now is just completely a terrible idea. Again, it could very well recover. I'm sure it does this all the time. It makes me look like an idiot, but I can tell you though, from a technical standpoint here, with everything we see here, a lot of liquidation below the price action, losing some key levels. Unless we close over $50 today, I think there's a distinct probability we're going lower. It just makes sense. Hourly time frame, Ichimoku kind of letting us know that we're below the cloud now officially. Keep in mind it was range bound for a little while, so that can be a little misleading. But now that it's chosen a direction, just like Bollinger Bands when they start to compress, the direction is set, and the price typically continues in that direction. So we can see lag and span, free and clear, conversion line above the baseline, or below rather, and obviously we're below the cloud here. So what that basically just does for us is if the price were to come back up, it kind of reinforces that resistance range at 51 to 51.50 with the point of control, ascending trend line being broken, and more important, the Ichimoku cloud there hanging out around that $50 to $51 range. So hypothetically, to me, a short at 50 seems a lot more sensible than taking a long right now. Okay, again, it's just kind of throwing out there. These are ideas that come into my head as I analyze the charts, and this is not really an ideal situation to take a long. Now, granted, if you take a long, and you find success, please understand that what you did was, I wouldn't say it's wrong. It's just not. It's a lower statistical probability. And I don't know if you like to trade with luck or if you're kind of the kind of person that just flips a coin and makes decisions. If that's the case, then take a long right now. Yeah, that's basically what it's telling you here. But the odds are against the price going up from here. Again, pending Bitcoin doesn't make a run towards 100,000, which it could very well still do. It's holding 98,000 fairly well here, so we got to give it a chance to recover. But the truth is, if Bitcoin makes any break below 97K, AVAX is going to have a really bad day. Okay, and that just is more statistically likely right now at this point than it will be, than it was an hour or two ago, or than it will be a few days from now. So just please understand, at this moment, AVAX is looking a lot weaker than it should. Again, even our local lows here have been broken. A lot of reasons why we are not in good shape here to see just to try to take a long with with luck, right? That's just kind of what it would be. Okay, I hope that makes sense. I described that correctly. Thank you again so much for watching. I hope you learned something today. Comment below if you get a chance, obviously. Again, join us over at Bitunix with that deposit bonus, and I'll post a playout chart here shortly on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. I hope you have a good rest of your day either way. Thanks again so much for your time. See you soon.